and she's going to get us started. Where are you, Thandisizwe? Here she comes. Okay, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me. As Jill said, it's just an honor for her to introduce me. My name is Thandisizwe. It means for the hope of the people and the love of the nation. And last night I had the pleasure of, and when I say pleasure, I mean it very sarcastically, of being involved in an unfortunate incident. And I actually restructured my piece that I'm going to perform for you all because of the incident that happened last evening. So if you all can bear with me. The following is a true story. A Minneapolis police officer put a gun in my face last night. Maybe the power made him do it, yet it still wasn't right. I'm a civilian. You're a cop. And your first instinct is to bring your loaded gun to my face. This is our nation's fight. I thought to myself, this man could take my life. One shot, one bullet, glass shattered, skin pierced, heart punctured. Could have been the end. The cop kills a youth activist. The people yell, what a sin. I thought about Terrence Franklin with my nervous hands in their please don't shoot me stage. I wanted to shout and fill with rage, but I knew better. I was assaulted by someone who a lighter suburban 23-year-old may have trusted to protect and serve. Some ignorant people probably think any person killed by law enforcement got what they deserved. What a foolish statement. Seems like we've been getting what we deserve for many years. My people were forced to be Americans. Guns, shackles, fists, and tears, while slave masters drinking beers. A black man gets shot at the Fruitvale station. Man, no racist cares. But we all bear the burden of the world. We all bear the burden of the world's evils, whether we know it or not. To be the darker brother is definitely harder than being the privileged child that was not bought. Whether it's racism, capitalism, or the way we treat our beautiful earth, all humans are affected. And if it hasn't, it will hit you where it hurts. That's why the revolution is love. Though they think, that's why the revolution is love. Though they think we want to be angry soldiers, fighting for the wrong thing, fighting in the wrong ring. I think some call us communists. We come peacefully to fight for our rights. While the military jets are taking flight, preparing for an unpeaceful fight, man, what a horrible sight. I'm honored to be the darker brother. Even though it comes with many cons, they tell me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. I think to myself, why must I eat in the kitchen when company comes? I'm not just the darker brother, but I am the brother. Must I separate from family for an evening meal? Apartheid. See, the darker brother is the 99%. And the 1%, well, must be the lighter brother, or the wider brother, or the richer brother. And we all know who the head of household is that demands that I eat in the kitchen when company comes. Head of household, our system, our government, some of our politicians, oppression. We do not ask to be oppressed, yet the oppressor deems that it is fit. We think we've arrived because our schools are no longer segregated, because we have a brother for president, because George Zimmerman went to trial. Even though as a people we've made much progress, this freedom cake is barely cut into. Here, why don't you have a slice and eat it all? I bet you eat it and feel real tall. You might think to yourself, man, I feel free. But how can you be free with just yourself, I, and not all of us united? We see, in order for us to be free, we must first learn what freedom is. Let's all begin to look into ourselves and know this isn't a test nor a quiz. They're kicking our butts. And some of us, we seem to be fine with just our cars and our cribs and our 9-to-5s, but I still see the pain in so many of my brothers and sisters' eyes. Wives, I hear them a lot. Cries you can't help to when you get maced just for being black downtown Minneapolis on a Sunday night and drive. which we seem as a people to sometimes lack it. We fought hard enough we could all get this racist monkey off our back. We're under attack. And we have been for many, many years. They profile, they beat, they incarcerate, and they're the reason why some of our mothers are shedding many, many tears. This is criminal. Yet they're the ones that are locking us up. Yet some won't get off their couch and sip from this freedom fighter / revolutionary cup. See, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Yet we still buying J's, watches, gold and silver downtown at Waka Flocka, just trying to impress. Nevertheless, I still must stress, why is it that only my people get all the negative press? See, we come from kings and queens, and that's something that's more than great, yet it's my people who receive all the high interest rates. But please don't get me started on that, because with all the things my folks invented, our pockets ought to be real, real fat. Instead, we're downtown getting hit with bats and judged because of our tax, and racism and capitalism is still alive and well, and that's just point out flat. To me, this isn't black versus white, this is wrong versus right, and I can only speak for myself, but I don't take the wrongs that they do to our people very light. Most of us were given sight, so we see what's going on. So to be neutral in this oppressor versus oppressed situation is equally as wrong. Strong is a word that defines my people. Long is an understatement to describe the timeline for which we've been dealing with this crap. It wasn't just my people. They enslaved all other races all over the map. So see, they've always been bullies. And cops and slave masters turned into 21st century cops and CEOs. When dealing with cricket people in power, there's always cons and there's rarely pros. And when there is a pro, we think we've reached the finish line. We've reached the end, but we must remind ourselves that that 18th century slave master is not for us. He's not our friend. He doesn't care if we live or die, yet he's giving seatbelt tickets like crazy. Click it or ticket. Well, I say to him, no jobs, no peace. Because I'm seeing way too many of our homeless youth in our streets. Education and wealth isn't out of their reach, but then again, some of us are fine with just a car and some beats. They're still Willie lynching us, just in a different kind of way, and it's not enough just to sing we shall overcome someday. Don't get me wrong, the Negro spirituals are a beautiful thing, but for a real revolution to come, we're gonna have to do a little bit more than just sing. Our ancestors did it with 10% of the resources that we have today. Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner would be going ham if they heard about the way Zimmerman did trade. What I'm trying to say, y'all, is that we have to start fighting back and asking questions when they tell us to go eat in the kitchen. Because if we say nothing and we do nothing and when we continue to let them hold us down, we can't get mad when they come in and try to run our town, because see, I am the darker brother. And they send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I laugh and I eat well and I grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes and nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I, too, am America. Thank you.